What's up, everybody? We're back. We miss you all. This is Mr. Charles, the Coach C, with Swag Keys. Coach C, talk to him.
What's up, everybody? Like he said, we're back, full effect. We sorry, we've been busy, out of it, but we're back, and we want y'all to get back in tune with us and just hear us out, man. There's a lot been going on since
Wow,
we
May.
we
That's
we
crazy.
we left, and it's been what since May, June, and man, a lot been going on. The latest is Kobe Bryant tragic death, and the other people who died with him because their lives matter
Man,
too. They
absolutely.
got families too. But of course, we know Kobe Bryant. Everybody know um, he was a role model to a lot of us, and I think his death, like we was talking about earlier, restore relationships and families and communities and people coming together and you know what I'm saying, just being grateful and being thankful. Breaking that grudge that you might have with a family or friend for so long. Shoot them a text, shoot them a call. Hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I miss you. I love you because life is short, and you never know when your time or day will come.
Absolutely. And that's what, man, that was a big hit, Coach. Like, I was one crying and crying and crying like the last couple of days. Like, you would think I lost my dad or something, or my mom, really. And, and I'm thinking, I was talking to my wife, and I'm like, yo, like maybe his death had to happen. Like you said, like maybe it had to happen to restore like millions of relationships that were shattered or broken over the last couple of years. Like it had to happen, right? I feel like it needed to happen. As much as man, I love Kobe. I grew up with Kobe. Like Jordan made me like basketball, but Kobe made me love it. Kobe made me love it. So it's tragic, man. Shout out to his family, man. His daughter went down. I can only imagine like what Vanessa Bryant is going through. I can't even imagine, honestly. I really can't. And the other families that were affected by it, and the way that they lost their family members, man, it's tough. But Cole was one to always inspire in life and in death. Right? He inspired people even after he died. And while he was here, Coach, he changed the game for a lot of kids growing up. And now he mentors so many of athletes now who are balling, like Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum was a big Kobe guy, and Donovan Mitchell, a couple guys that
Isaiah Thomas, I
Isaiah
seen he
Thomas.
posted, Kobe gave him a shout out one year on Instagram saying, I challenge you to make the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
And he not only made it, he was a starter.
Yep.
So, he did a lot of things behind the scenes, like you said, that nobody knows. Everything that he did wasn't out and about. It was kind of behind the scenes with encouraging the younger generation in the NBA and people in general. You know what I'm saying? Him having his foundations and his the Black Mamba gym and school, and books he wrote. I mean, so much involvement that he was within the people everywhere he went. He was loved. People genuinely loved him because who he was and what he was about and what he stand for.
He pushed he pushed women's basketball pretty hard too because of his daughters, right? And he pushed it really, really hard. I think he was mentoring one of the top players in the country over in Oregon. And that
You're right.
University of Oregon was never that great of a team recruiting wise. But Kobe got involved, and let me tell you, like if you look at their recruiting now, like for the next coming year, like they have most of the top 10 recruits going to Oregon next year, right? Because that top player who's balling out of control there now, and man, like he was just a big impact on women's basketball going forward because of his daughter, right? And I don't even know that hashtag going around like girl dad.
Yes. Yes. It's big. It's big.
It's just humongous, man. And I saw I don't know, someone in the news. I'm not sure if it was a reporter, but they were basically explaining the interaction with Kobe Bryant. When she was pregnant, and Kobe asked her, "What do you want to have?" She said, "Well, I kind of want a boy." He said, "Well, why? Girls are awesome, right?" He was like,
What number child they was on?
That's when he was going the last one.
Okay.
And and the reporter, because she was pregnant herself, she said, "Well, they want to have a boy." He said, "Well, girls are awesome." He said, "They're phenomenal. Like they're the best thing to happen. Like I thought I wanted a boy, but I just want more girls." And Kobe's wife wanted to try one more time, even after this 8-month-old, right? And because she wanted to give him a boy, he said, "Nah, we're good. Like I love my girls. Like we're good.
Right.
You know, but that tells you, man. I love my daughter. Tell you right now, I really love my daughter. It's different having a girl for a guy. Like for a guy, it's different. Like the love just hits different. Like my daughter is that compassionate, I love you love. My son is that I'm gonna knock you in your head type of love, right? So like you better behave yourself type of love, like respect people type of love, right? But my daughter is just like I just want to hug her all day because she's so sweet. She's so sweet that she comes to me, Daddy, I love you. Like she's my peace, Coach C. I tell you right now, my daughter is my peace. I could be so mad at people at the moment, and my daughter walks in the room. She just knows. She will come and hug me, tap me on the shoulder, kiss me on my cheek. Daddy, I love you. One time she told me I was going through a hard time. Daddy, you know your business is gonna be so great. You know that? She kissed me on the cheek.
You needed that confirmation.
Oh man, like no tomorrow.
You needed that.
Like no tomorrow, Coach, and it took it brought me to a whole new level. Like I needed that, and not just from anybody, but from her. Like it had to have come from her for it to boost me, right?
Right.
And that's why I said, man, I love having my daughter, and I'm happy I have a daughter, and she's my first, right? She's my first. My son's a knucklehead, but she's the most responsible one.
Wow, yeah, it is amazing, man. Girls, we do rock, man. You gotta love us now. You know, like you said, it do bring a different type of love between having a daughter and having a son. But all in all, kids are adorable.
Yeah, you gotta love them.
And to raise them and to have them is a beautiful thing. To produce seeds, and your seeds produce more seeds, and that's how your family continue to grow and get larger and benefit from what you have taught them, and them bring it down to the next generation. So I just hope, throughout the year as we finish the year and even years to go, that everybody had that Mamba mentality. So again, rest in peace to all the lives that was lost in that helicopter tragedy on last week Sunday. Also, I wanted to reiterate and talk about kids. And when I say kids, I mean children, and as a whole of the thought process, the way they walk, talk, move, and think, and their surroundings. Since we left, there's been so many kids that have passed away, whether killing themselves or kidnapping or whatever the case may be. But it's like, how can we get a hold on these kids? How can we could never stop it, but how can we limit it? You get what I'm saying? Prior to last month, the kid walking in front of a train and just letting the train hit him. Man. You got a full scholarship to college. Best player on your football team. And you mean to tell me you was dealing with so many demons inside and nobody knew, and you couldn't get help? To me, that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. Okay? Yeah, we all should know as coaches that, hey, these kids play a sport as an outlet. Okay? They either don't want to go home to watch over their little brothers and sisters or clean up, or they don't like the environment that they in, that they see every day, whether it's drugs, whether it's prostitution, whether it's killing, or they know they need to play this sport in order to get where they want to go, which is college. So they're using sport as a tool. So I think as coaches, you need to become more than just coaches. And I'm sorry, because just like teachers, when you sign up for coaching, you are not just a coach within those 2 or 3 hours with that whistle. You are a mentor. You are a second mom or a second dad. Okay, that child has 100% looking up to you. Okay, you have no wrong in that child's eyes. Okay, you have to make sure that child is sleeping well, that child is eating, that child is doing what they have to do in the classroom and outside. They mental health, you have to make sure everything is okay. Is it fair? No, but that comes with the game of becoming a coach. That comes with the game of becoming a teacher.
Absolutely. Hey, remember this phrase, everybody: speak up and speak out. Right? I feel like a lot of times for these teams, we try to make them feel like you hold it in, you're a man, you're tough, or you're a tough girl, hold it in. Like, nah, you gotta speak up and speak out. Like, if you're having issues, something in your life, please speak up and speak out. If you're actually a friend going through something and something that can really hurt them or they hurt themselves, You need to speak up and speak out. There's a lot of numbers you can call for them to seek help. Go to their parents, go to family members. They may not like you for the moment, but they will value you for a lifetime because you might have saved their life. So please, 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 one of my mentees was going through that. She was kind of hard at her friend for speaking out on something that she thought that wasn't right within her. And, when I told her, no, you were right for doing what you did. You made that phone call. That phone call was needed. If you didn't know if she was serious or not on that threat to hurting herself. So I told her she was right and for doing that. She may dislike you now, but wait for some years. You'll see, or even some months. She'll say thank you. Like, I was honestly gonna do that, and you saved my life. Right at the end of the day, and coaches, parents. Stop there, coach. Start with the parents, because everything starts from the home.
It does.
Like, everything starts from the home. Listen up, parents. If you are listening to this, please listen. Your kids are watching every single thing that you do, whether you think so or not. A lot of their characteristics when they get older stem from somewhere or someone. And it's your responsibility to make sure they are catching the right thing, not the wrong things. Alright? Like, they need to see your grit, your grind, your effort, right? They need to see your love, first and foremost. They need to see your love. We punish our kids so much without showing them love, coach. Like, the kids think that the parents is bullying them at the end of the day. But for the parents that do show them love, thank you, because show them the love, and then show them a repercussion for your actions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they know, like, dang, I messed up. Not, dang, my mama and my dad always doing, they always want to do it until I move out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till I move
Even
out.
when you 18, you still not grown. You ain't
ain't
paying no
grown.
bills.
You know what I'm saying? You got no bills. But parents, like, it's your job to guide it. And I know sometimes parents, it's hard because you might have to work 1 or 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Or you work a lot of hours a week and you're not there. But you are still responsible for how they come up. So if you can't be there, make sure someone that you trust is there. Make sure someone that they're getting the right guidance. Like, have that family talk, that family time. Yo, coach, you told me something that was so key that I started this year. You told me at the beginning of the school year, you told me, yo, I'm gonna slow swag down. Like, I don't want to get more kids. I want to have less and be more effective, right? So started January, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I was doing a lot all of 2019. I'm constantly moving. But you know what? This year, God, I need to slow down. Like, I really need to slow down and see the big picture, right? I need to slow down and look at my environment. So it made me think, and I started seeing, I'm like, dang, last year, like, I was with my kids a lot, but not as much as I am now.
Right.
Like, I'm planning out stuff now.
But
like,
you're still efficient.
Exactly. Like, I'm even more efficient now because I'm going on Eventbrite and looking for stuff for me and my kids to do on Saturdays after, right? Like, yesterday we went to the NFL event. I was looking, oh, cool, boom, boom, we're going. So now I'm like, yo, we're going to do this. Now I'm starting to cook. I'm cooking more for the family. Yo, Shabar D's here. Don't worry about nothing. I got it. Yo, I made some dope, what was it? It was beef ribs with some churrasco sauce over it. And I made a grapefruit salad with some banana peppers, tomatoes, grapefruit, and some little walnuts for how it looked like. But it came out dope. But I've been cooking a lot lately because
you been getting home.
I've been getting home on time. And I've been having the urge to have my family around me and eat versus everybody we eat say we're gone. Like,
Right.
So it's like I have to slow myself down so my kids know that daddy like, yo, like daddy really, really stepped up right now. Like, I always bring on my kids. I do whatever for my kids all the time. But I have to slow myself down because I thought I was actually doing good 2019. I was so busy, but I didn't do a lot of outings with my kids. I did a lot of my mentees, but I was like, man.
You was abandoning your own home.
Yeah, I'm like, God, like, you know my heart with my kids. You know how I love them, and I'll shut down everything in the house right there and play with them. But I said, I haven't really taken them out on outings. Last year I did one dad and me date with my daughter. And I said, no, I do that every month. And I did it once last year. And nah, this year, every month we got to do this. Like, I have to slow down and see, like, my kids got to be good too. You feel me?
Right.
Like, I thought I was doing that and then also helping others' kids. But you know what? Like, I said, no, I got to slow down. I got to change it. I can't do too many events anymore. Like, I'm going to do my events still, but I'm going to spread it out a little more. But my kids, first and foremost, yo, we're going here, we're going there. Like, I need to expose them to a lot right, to stimulate their minds, right? So I'm like, okay, boom, I got this already planned for the next couple of weeks after we meet with the guys, and after that, me and you going out. Or now my daughter and me cook with me. So I'm cooking, and my son and daughter help me cook, right? So I'm just being more effective as a parent that way, because again, they are seeing every single thing that I do. So if I'm always too busy, guess what's gonna happen when they get older? They're always gonna be too busy, and because of generational curse on their families.
Not even that, they can have friends that say, man, your dad was the best. They can say, yeah, but he didn't really spend time with me, so he was the best father to other kids.
Yes.
But to me and my sister, he wasn't really there because he was pouring so much into other kids,
yes.
Which is nothing wrong with that. Like you said, don't forget about home. Matter of fact, don't forget about yourself, self-care. I talk about that a lot now. Self-care. Oh my gosh. Two days out the week, I don't care who is it, mom, dad, brother, sister. I'm just doing me, Coach C, because if I don't, I will lose myself trying to make everybody else happy and make sure everything else is okay. Like you said, doing all the events and running and hooping. And what about me? Well, I need to reverse. Woo.
And woosah.
I need to do some things for me that I just want to do for me and only me. Not me and him or me and her or me and the kids. No. Me. Just me. All me by myself. And that's important. And I think in today's world in America, a lot of us is so into making money, so we'll work 2 or 3 jobs, or
80 hours a week, 90 hours a week, and just for the bread.
And as quick as I was about to say, as quick as you get the money, you spending it on stuff that don't even make sense. Yeah. That can't even bring you back nothing.
You buy a car, you're like, damn, why did I buy that?
But you working so hard, and you doing overtime. You doing overtime just cause you could buy this, or just cause you wanna go to the club for Valentine's weekend and spend $1,000. Really?
You're right, Coach.
Is that your self-care?
I be getting burnt by September. I've noticed the last 2 years doing the after school program and the mentoring. Like by September, I get burnt, and I'm like, man, why am I so burnt? And I went to you, and we spoke, and I'm like, man. Like because I got so burnt, like different areas of my life started like flying down, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like it started messing with me mentally, So now I'm slowing down. Yeah, self-care definitely, Coach, is definitely on the calendar. Like I gotta take some time, maybe a couple hours for myself.
Yeah.
If it's going and hooping, I feel like now I've been hooping lately.
You say you're working out too, so
I've been working out. Yo, working out has been so dope for the last 4 weeks. Yo, Coach. I'm in my zone when I'm working out, even if I'm hooping or not. It's just good, and I'm being consistent with it, right? Because I'm like, I've been losing some weight, pants feel a little different, right? My knees move different. I got a little shift in me now. I can walk down the stairs without holding the rails now, right? That's the reality, but you don't know because like you're so caught up in everything else.
Yeah.
That you start
to lose yourself.
Exactly. So like. That key thing you said, Coach, like start the school year off, like January I started doing it, and I'm like, wow. It's only been 4 weeks, and I'm already like, wow. So imagine 1 year doing this, right? So, and I'm seeking more help for the programs, right? For the after school program, we got a pretty good schedule there with the kids and different activities for the mentoring. I just good news. We had our first meeting last Saturday for the young women's mentoring. Mm-hmm. It went pretty good. It went pretty good. Not a huge turnout, but enough to make an impact where the girls were.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Because you know what, you saying not a huge turnout. To me, scratch that. That is a huge turnout. Because I don't care if it's only 5 or 3 girls that showed up. Guess what? It's gonna multiply.
Yep.
And what you see now. It's not what you're gonna see at the end. This just the vision that God gave you, and you producing it. So you have to plant the seed, and the seed has to grow. It don't grow overnight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you getting your stem up, then you gotta get 1 leaf and 2 leaves, then more stems grow and more roots to grow, and then it'll flourish.
Yep, and that's what I'm betting on. I have some great leaders whose hearts are literally in it. To help these young women that were there, they were like, when's the next meeting? I'm like, I love it.
Man, listen.
Like, I'm loving it,
listen.
man.
You can't, you can't do it alone. I can't thank my team enough. When I tell you this year, and no cap, I haven't worked as hard this year on swag than the first 4 years because kind of I was by myself. Of course, the first year, the second year had like 1 or 2, but I was still doing everything. I had to learn once I get leaders, I have to assign people to do things. That's what you have people on your team for, to do things so it could take the weight off you. When I'm saying, man, when we go to events like the guys' events, I don't have to worry about it because I know Cass, Detroit, Man, Woodley, Vince, they got it. Hey, call one time, check in, good. That's it. Girl event. Miss Moss, she sets up. She's setting up for the brunch 7, 8 a.m. I could pull up 9, 10 a.m. and everything is running smoothly. Everybody's in place. Everybody know what dish they bring in. As far as the females, when we have our lunches at the school, everybody know what's up. Like what's going on. Like I'm not doing this by myself. When I say I can't thank my team enough, the growth in my leaders have went to another level. And I told one of them this 2 weeks ago. I say, man, it's amazing how when you first started with me, you was kind of in a shell. You know, you didn't mind doing things, but I don't feel like you was confident. Now, you taking charge. You take, Coach, I got it. See, I got it. Okay, cool. No problem. And I don't mind with them coming up with ideas and events because that's what we're here for.
Absolutely. Because you things that you don't know or maybe not haven't been exposed to, they may have. And like, yo, Coach, I just saw the crazy thing that we could do with the girls. Like yesterday, I just came from we did a surprise birthday party for one of our friends, family friends, and we did it at like a cooking spot. So that was a cooking course, showing how to make a certain dish. So we were like one table there, 5 and 5, right? And we're learning, we're watching them do it. We did it, and they came out pretty dope, right? And I was like, bing, dang. I can bring the girls out to this. And the guys know how to cook too.
Absolutely.
Bologna sandwiches and noodles don't count as cooking. And I keep telling my guys, like, what you know how to cook? Oh, I know how to cook Roman noodles. What, Roman noodles? Come on, baby, we gotta put a course for you, baby. By the time you're 18, you gotta be able to fend for yourself. When you go to college, when you go out of town for college, Roman noodles ain't cutting it all the time, my guy. Fresh to 15 will catch you quick in the first 10 days.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But that was cool. I love, but that idea came from a family friend to do that. And I was like, dang, that would be good. Let me see how this goes out. So it turned out really good. Like, man, I need to bring them out here, right? And for any guys listening, I need guy mentors. You guys run a lot. I don't know. That's a big issue that and just reality right now with society. Men, a lot of times don't want to help men. A lot of men, they don't want to help young guys coming up. They talk about it, but they ain't about it, right? Coach, yo, crazy thing yesterday. So yesterday, I took my kids to the NFL, this little NFL experience thing, right? And it was the one over at Tracy Morgan, Alonzo Tracy Morgan High School. One of the guys that was speaking, he said from Africa. All right, cool. So after he's finished speaking, I want to tell him, yo, what's up? What part of Africa you from? Cameroon. I'm Nigerian. Oh, cool. We start talking. Yo, thank you for coming out, bro. I said, what happened? He said, I was with my kids. He said, there's not enough dads coming here with their kids, events like this. And he goes to different cities to do this. Just not Miami, like NFL is at different cities. So he was like, there's always a lot of moms, not enough dads taking their kids to events like this. I'm like, wow. And then when I really looked around and saw, Coach, I got no lie to you, it's probably 85% women there with their kids. I think it was like maybe a couple of us dads there, but it was a lot of moms with their kids. Could do the working, could do a couple things, but the reality is, from just seeing men a lot, they probably deserted their kids a long time ago.
Yeah.
More football players, dad, I guarantee they're running their life. A lot of them. Like the Torrey Smith guy we talked to, Super Bowl winning Torrey Smith. He was saying that his dad wasn't in his life, so he had to go seek other men. But he said that one thing he told us himself, that my mom and my grandma were enough. Like he learned that early. Like my mom and my grandma were enough. If he didn't want me, that's his loss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but my mom and my grandma were enough. So, man, as men, we gotta step up. Not only with our kids, guys, but if you see a knucklehead down the street acting a fool, yo, just holler at him. You know, in a nice manner. Try to, win it with love, and watch. there's gonna be times that you don't have to say nothing to him. He's gonna be watching how you move, and based how he watches how you move, he's gonna start moving. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Most times, what it is, like kids watch so much.
Kids like attention. They like to be loved.
They do.
They probably ain't gonna tell you, but they action sure.
It will.
Especially in the schoolhouse when they acting up, they feel some type of attention. It's something missing at the home. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's there. Like you said, I agree with you, man. We need more male mentors. Need more male mentors. These young men need more males in their life. More father figures. More big brother figures.
They do,
okay,
man.
more men that's going to build these boys up to become men and be great men for their generation, so they can inspire the next generation. They can keep going on. The platform needs to move into a positive environment, so they not only know it's okay to do these type of things, but this is the type of things you should be doing. You know, this is how you should be walking, and your parents should be on your butt. And you should be doing community service, and you should be praising God, and you should be harvesting a business and having a good job, and you should be a father to your kids, whether you with the mom or not. These are the things that we need to confine into the youth so they can know. But most of them don't know, because most of them are raised or brought up into broken homes, and the trend keeps going. My home was broken, so guess what? Now when I'm older, I'm gonna have kids from all type of people and not really care for it and be disrespectful and call females out their name and sell drugs and do whatever, because this is what I was taught. So now when my kids see it, guess what? They doing the same thing. And so this is why we have a line of brothers in jail and in prison, from daddies, uncles, brothers, cousins, because that's what their household, that's what their family tradition has been made up to be. Nobody have stopped it. Nobody has broken that cycle and said, no, we're not going to no longer do it this way. This is the way it should be done. And it's nothing corny about this way.
You know, when the male is not the head of the household, is not there, right, and to love his family, a lot of things get missed. Not only young boys, but young girls. Young girls typically look at their dad to know how a man should treat them.
Absolutely.
Right, and it's you know, they're not gonna know mentally, like it's not mentally they're like aware of it. It just, dang, I like you a lot, but not knowing that you have a lot of my dad's tendencies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, even in a good way and a bad way. So if a dad is there and he's just beating on her mom all the time, guess what's gonna happen to that little girl? She's gonna feel like it's okay to get beaten on.
Right, that's love.
And that's love. You know what I'm saying? So like, the male needs to be present and effective in his household.
Yeah, say that too, because you can be present but not effective.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that hurts more than being non-present. I'd rather have my father not present
than be
there but not effective.
That's how my dad was. So my dad, growing up, you know, I had preached on Youth Sunday a couple of months ago about grace, and now how I just started to forgive my dad for past actions, right? Like I remember at 21, I'm with my wife, and we're like at a church, and the guy was talking to me, I forget my dad because he did that. I'm like, I'll never forget my dad. It's too deep what he did, right? I see him. I remember him beating my mom bloody. I'm like 3 years old, 4 years old, and I'm like, why is he with this guy? He goes to jail, come back, goes to jail after my mom calls the police. And that. She's pregnant. He's beating on her, coming drunk. I'm like, yo, like get this guy out of here, right? Right. And it stayed with me for so long because he never really took ownership of his kids, right? Like even when he got a stroke when I was 7, I had to become the man in the house, and then even after he came out of stroke, you know, God kept him. He 3-month coma, came out of it, went back to work on the pharmacy. He had little things here and there in his body that got messed up, but you know, he's alive. But you would think somebody would come out of that grateful. No, same thing. Diabetic, passed out at work, almost died from that. Came alive. Prostate cancer, my mom's still with him. And I'm like, Mom, I don't know how you still with this guy. This makes no sense, right? And I had a lot of like resentment towards him, because when me and my siblings needed a father to really be there, and I had to go search, because I knew I was the next person up for my siblings to look at. So I had to go look at other men in the community so I can observe and see how they move. Yo, like, all right, I like that about him. I'm picking that. Yo, I love that about this person. I'm picking that, and I put it in myself. So I'm literally built from God's grace, number one, and number two, from different men in the community that I've seen over the time growing up, right? And then I started to show that in my household, so my siblings knew what they should be looking for and looking at, right? So, my dad was there, but not effective. But now my dad, he's starting to be effective with my kids, and you know, I was seeing him with my kids. That's okay. He could be a good granddad because he father with us. But we had a family meeting one time, and then we all got to express what we felt about one another, and I had it for so long, I just told him, and I guess he was like, "Ooh," and he was like, "I accept it, and I'll make the changes." And I was like, he didn't even say no. He just said, "I accept it. I'll make changes." Like that for me broke it. Like, you're forgiven. Like, all right, now you gotta do by your actions. You know what I'm saying? But the guy, right. You know, at least he knows, he acknowledges, and now we're gotta work on him. You know what I'm saying? Right. But that was him not being effective. But with my kids, he as much as possible he tries to be. As much as possible he tries to be, because he knew that he messed up with us, right? But now, even though as adults, we're still trying to keep him in the loop. You know what I'm saying? Because we forgive him. Yeah, because we're trying to go like, just start communicating with us. Start communication.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Little by little, step by step.
Start communication, and then we'll just talk about. We need you also for my mom to be a husband, because you were just trash of a husband to her. And
they still together.
My mom is a warrior. My mom is a warrior. Well, I ain't lying.
But that's the true definition of marriage.
I tell you, my mom knocked him in the head that one day, tried to hit her.
That's a true definition of sticking to it, through it.
My mom, I'm like, how? I remember one time I talked about divorce. Like, yo, we all told her to do it. Divorce. We all told him. My sisters were in elementary school. I was in middle school. We told him to do it. My brother was like, he didn't know no more. He was like 5 at the time, 6 at the time, and we were just like, do it. Yo, whatever you want to do, you want to move with you. We live with you. You feel me? That was how bad it got. And
you just wanted your mom to have peace.
I just wanted her to have peace. All of us did, right? So like, again, he was a male in the household, but not an effective male in the household. So we just wanted peace, right? So again,
we'll struggle just to have peace.
Exactly. And for all the guys that grew up with their dad there or not an effective dad, please listen up. It is still your responsibility for your self-growth. And when you have your own family, everything that your father did not do with you, you need to do with your kids. You didn't get that love from your daddy? Man, Coach, I kiss my kids. I love you like 20 times a day. My wife gets it too. She hates it. Like, yo, like, give me space. I'm like, no, I'm going to give you a kiss. My kids, my son's like, Daddy, you kissed me. I'm like, yeah, I did, because I love you. I love you too, Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a thing, like, I tell them constant.
Because it's one thing to say, but it's another thing to show.
Show it. Yes. You know? Yes. I want them to know, if I ever leave this earth before my time, God willing, like I was somewhere. But if God would, I want my kids to know how much their father loved them. And I want them to carry that same love for their own children. Like, no one can, like, when they remember me, they will know how much I love my kids. Like, my daughter gets the greatest of me as well. My son too. Like, they get and I just, like, the other day I just spent like an hour like play fighting with my son. We just wrestling, right? Like, he's like, I'm running through the hallway of the house. He running after me, both in boxes, and I'm hiding, and he's trying to fight me. You know, that stuff like that, like, they will never forget. You know what I'm saying? So, man, for young men that their father's not there, yo, there's a lot of guys, if you just open your eyes and look, there's people that care about you. People that you can take good characteristics from and implement it in your character, right? So don't be down. Just be happy that, you know what, man, my dad, he missed out because I'm about to give my kids all the love that I didn't get. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's deep and that's true. That's so true. That was some major vital points that you made right there, and even sharing your story is great, because as the saying goes, man, people look at you and think of you one way but don't know your story. You know, don't know your timeline. You know, they're just looking at the now. It's it's pain behind that smile. It's pain behind that laughter. You know, and I just take great heed in that. Since the year started, I don't know. I just been so much into people documentaries and really into to learn people and know people. You know, like I seen the Kevin Hart Netflix show, and same here. His dad wasn't in his life. He was with his mom. You know, his dad was on drugs, doing whatever. But even in his Netflix show, he said what you said. My dad has a great relationship with his kids than what he had with him and his brother. Because his dad know he missed out. Okay, I missed out on my sons, but my grandkids,
they'll get the best of me.
They'll get the best of me. You know what I'm saying? They gonna love me for me. You know, like he said, I take the steps.
Absolutely.
with him and his brother. But of course, it could never be like that because he started from when they came out the womb with his grandkids. Absolutely. So he can't erase the past, but for the future, he could do better as a grandfather than what he was as a father.
Because they don't know what he's done in the past.
Exactly.
So it's a fresh new slate for them.
Exactly.
So like, and honestly, and it gives them, and I know I can see in my dad's face that it gives him like a happiness, right? Like it's a peace because they just know when you messed up, right? Like you know when you messed up with your relationship with your kids, but you got babies that know nothing about what you've done in the past,
right?
And you have a fresh new slate, fresh new slate. Man, that's some deep stuff. Also, happy
Black History
Black
Month.
History Month. Happy Black History Month, family.
It is Black History Month, the 2nd. You know what I'm saying? February.
Every day is Black History Month. Let y'all know.
But this month we just
it's ours.
Blacker than blacker.
Yeah, and another leap year, we get that one more day.
Oh yeah,
we get one more 29. Yeah, 29 days. That's that leap year.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yo, understand, Black is beautiful. Y'all need to understand, y'all come from greatness, right? And I'm not even talking about like the kings and queens of Africa greatness. I'm talking about even something recent, like Gary A. Morgan, who invented the refrigerator, the stoplight. Like people like that understand where you come from, right? And the power that you hold, right? And the greatness that's within you. But a lot of times we feel like we're limited to entertainment.
Well, that's what society is based on.
Yep,
entertainment, social media, what's popping, what's hot right now.
Yep.
So that's what trends says it all. Whatever trend that is in, I have to fit in. Why? I don't know. You know, I gotta get 1,000 likes. You know, I gotta do this because everybody wearing purple this week. I'm gonna wear purple. I don't know why they wearing purple, but I'm gonna wear purple.
You right?
You know what I'm saying? So you hit it on the head.
Oh, you got 2 left feet. You wear purple. Oh, I didn't know that.
Right.
Right. Oh,
I'm just doing it just cause. It's, you know what? It's not enough research and reading. It's more of
seeing. It's all visual. Like a lot. And you know, one thing, Coach, man, I've noticed with a lot of our youth, even with the iReady, like the iReady stuff on the internet.
They gotta do.
Most stuff is read to them. Like you look at it.
They listen.
They're listening for
Listen.
It. So I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. Like y'all need to start reading. Like I have to cut off. I have to like mute that and have them just read themselves, right? Because then you're like, so that's why you're struggling with reading because you're listening too hard and not reading along with it. That's why your comprehension ain't there.
Mm-hmm.
So
learn how to pronounce words. It's not helping you.
Absolutely.
Because when you go out to speak for a job, you looking at a word professional.
They're gonna be like, "Pop see you later."
Because you got so many people reading to you, you ain't gotta repeat nothing. You ain't gotta say nothing. You ain't gotta read a line until you get in front of people and have to talk. Then you gotta speak. So social skills is big.
You guys have to sit and read about the great Black people in history. There is so many. Like we just get taught the Harriet Tubmans, right? We get taught the Harriet Tubmans, the Martin Luther King, the Malcolm X. But guys, there's so many people you can look at and know what Black history is. Even currently now, there's current Black people making an impact like no other right now. But you have to visually see it, right? It's just not entertainers making an impact.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But there's people that
in your neighborhood.
In your neighborhood.
In your neighborhood.
You know what I'm saying? Like we had Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was a big impact, but there's a lot of Kobe Bryants out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
And a lot of Kobe Bryants to come.
That inspires people. So y'all have, that's your homework. You know, you probably hate the word homework, but that's your homework. Look up somebody in history that's not the normal people that you hear in history, the normal Harriet Tubmans, the MLKs, right? Like, find someone new to get inspired by. Yo, honestly, too, I'll tell you right now, Serena Williams is inspiration. Like, Serena Williams, especially for women, she does a lot for the women, a lot. LeBron James right now for men and women's inspiration, right? You know how much money he's given over the last couple of years to a single mom? He put a bunch of single moms in college and paid for college tuition for them. Got them jobs right after.
But that's what the media don't preach about.
No.
They rather put out
or LeBron James and coach not getting along.
Or as soon as they cheat, or he got this black mama tattoo, and that's what we revealing of what he's doing. Like you said, we said earlier, is a lot of stuff that Kobe did that nobody talked about.
That's what I think we have to do for ourselves. We have to dig for ourselves a lot of times. Like you said, LeBron. I had an argument with somebody. LeBron did any humanitarian like that. Like, you dumb. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not saying you're dumb, but that was the dumbest thing I probably ever heard. Like, go look at what LeBron has done from the time he got into the league. It's not about basketball anymore.
Yeah.
It's about inspiring the youth, helping single moms. Because he's seen how hard his mom has struggled. He has the platform and the money to do so why not do it?
Right.
Why not be? There's so many guys that have the cash and the platform to do something, make a change, but they use their cash to flaunt and their platform to flaunt what you don't have and what they have. See, and to me, it's slap in the face. And they're constantly showing what they have and what you don't have. Mm-hmm. So for me growing up, I see that and be like, bro, I don't want that. I'm gonna work hard for this. Like, I'm a grind, but it's not about working hard for it. It's working hard to get to that point and be like, I can be able to afford that if I wanted it. Like that's the end result for me, coach. It's never about the item. Like Rolls Royce. People have okay, cool. I'm gonna get a Rolls Royce, right? But I'm not gonna get it. I want to work hard enough to be able to chase that thing, so actually I'm able to afford it. Not for that end. That's my end result. Just say, hey, I'm at this level now. Like, I worked hard to get to that type of level. Right. Where I can sit with Warren Buffett. Like what E.T. said. Like, he got to the point that he could sit with Warren Buffett. He was chasing number one for so long. He hit number one, and now he's sitting at the table with Warren Buffett, asking questions.
An episode about that.
Right? Asking questions. He had to tell his wife that was on his wife's date night. I was listening to it. I was like, he said, yo, I'll never skip date night. But that day I told my wife, yo, Warren Buffett hit me up. She said, who's Warren Buffett? Man, one of the richest guys in the world. Well, what happened to Tiffany Buffett? He's like, yo, she got me anytime she want, I promise. But I gotta sit down with Warren Buffett, babe. She said, all right, cool. But you owe me. All right, cool. Bet. Done, right? But that's my thing. I want to be able, I'm chasing sitting with Warren Buffett. I'm chasing trying to have brunch with Jay-Z and see how he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where my mind is going. Like, I'm trying to get to that level. Not the item or the person. I just want to be at that level. Yeah. You know, at that respect level. Like, where kids are trying to do that to me at that point. Like, chasing me now. Like, everyone trying to chase Kobe. Like, LeBron was chasing Kobe. Kobe was chasing Mike. Like, that was the pinnacle. Like, hey, like, when you hit this pinnacle, like, you've come. Right. Like, you're
top of the pyramid.
You're top of the pyramid. You are rising. And that's what I'm chasing. I'm not chasing other things. I don't care about material stuff. So the richest guys in the world don't got material stuff. Mm-hmm.
They sure don't.
They don't have to.
They live a solid life.
They got khakis and a polo on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the Sperry shoes. That's it.
But it's just us people that want to buy the Gucci and stuff, and we live in poverty.
Oh yeah.
But we want all of the high class stuff.
Gucci belt.
Like, how? You know, like the saying go, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's the truth. You know, they told me one time, kids, I had a Gucci belt. Miss Charlotte, and we get dollars together to make chicken. Nigga, you just bought a Gucci belt. You know what I'm saying? You just bought a Gucci belt.
You should be able to buy 1,000 McChickens.
Where your McChicken money at? I said, you bought a Gucci belt. You wilding right now. You trying to use me or you serious? You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, I'm serious. I said, bro, we gotta talk. Right? You gotta talk. Like, your priorities are not right. Like, don't y'all stop chasing people. Like, as far as what I mean by that is trying to chase a certain look when you don't got it.
Right.
You trying to look rich, but you ain't trying to work rich.
Right.
Like, you trying to look the part. That's it for the shorties, and the girls trying to look for the guys. But y'all ain't really got paper like that. Y'all got material stuff that Gucci belt after you bought it, it's worth way less. Probably.
No, it depreciates.
50%
Just like a car.
less as soon as you get it. It's like, but then why? It just doesn't satisfy other people. It's not satisfy you because you're still wanting something. Like, you ever bought something, you like, dang, like I finally got it, but you're still wanting something.
Right.
Like, you're not happy with what you got once you got it. Like, you're still chasing something. You know, I'm not happy. So you're constantly trying to please others to fit in society. Yo, I got Gucci shoes and a belt now. Yo, damn, you kind of slow, bro. I got the pants too. Damn, I need the pants.
Right.
Let me get the pants now. I got a Gucci belt, the pants, and the shoes. We got the hat now, bro. All right, I'm gonna get the Gucci belt, the shoes, and bro, we ain't Gucci no more. We wearing Champion now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Like that.
Switch the whole trend up.
Yeah, you're like, God, I don't spend $2,500 on this stuff, and it ain't no more.
Your whole check.
Look at Champion came out hard, but Champion fall. Just as hard as they came out, they're falling right back down to where they were a couple years back.
Yeah. I mean, I remember we weren't wearing Champ. Champ was in Walmart.
They used to rank for wearing Champion.
Champ was at Walmart. Now
you
see a shirt $50 for a Champion shirt.
I was like, my mama got that shirt. I'm never wearing this out, right?
What?
Growing up, but I was like, I should have kept that shirt, bro. I could have worn it.
Right.
Worth a lot.
Right.
But that's what happens. Like, they, as a community, we're the ones that pays Gucci's and Chanel's bills. Like, the black culture pays it. Like, we worry about Gucci, Chanel,
Fendi, Prada.
What's the other one? The one with the jeans everybody wears. Levi's.
Okay. Yeah.
What's another one with the horseshoe?
True Religion.
True Religions, right? Like that. That's what. You know, I'm not saying you know a particular brand don't like, cool, get it. But if you don't got the bread for type of thing like that,
absolutely.
And you're like, you're trying to just please people, like, don't do it, man. Like,
that's how you gonna stay broke and stay in debt.
Yeah. Rock your own stuff. Like, coach, you wear swag, everything. Yo, people tell us, Charles, you always wear something with keys on it. We went to an outlet to come out to eat. You wearing keys? I said, bro, I got all my stuff.
This is who I am.
This I am.
It's my product.
It's my product.
I don't make somebody else rich.
That's what Nipsey Hussle said. They said we stay buying other product, but we're not wearing our own stuff. It was a song that him and YG did together, and I was like, man, and that stuck with me. Like, I make my own stuff. I don't want to wear your stuff, right? So my cousin sent me this link for a couple like print things online now.
Mm-hmm.
So it was I forgot the name of it. I forgot Print Tree, something like that. Tree Print, and I'm like, oh. I'm about to start making. I can make jeans too. That's enough said. He was my brand everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One guy, we went to that Microsoft event. One guy looked at my shirt. Like, yo, what's that? I had that key sign. Damn, dope. What you did that? Like, yeah. Is it can I buy something? Like, nah, not a brand. It's like it's a mentor program. That's kind of dope. What you think about that? And I'm thinking like, maybe that's my thing. So I'm wearing all my key stuff. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I might make shoes one day. You might see his shoes one day. It might be everywhere soon.
Hey, you never know. That's the thing. That's the greatest thing about taking risks. That people we so scared to take, but you never know that one risk that you may take may set you up for life.
Like 50-50 shot. That's good enough for me.
That's it.
if I got a 50% chance, that's good enough for me. Period. Like, because the worst that can happen is you fail. Still alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still can bounce back. Like, if you wouldn't bounce back, God wouldn't put you on this earth. Like, no more. That's it. He would have called you home.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But we have the opportunity always to bounce back. We can bounce back. Always. Like, no matter how hard you fall, guys, there's always a bounce back. Always. I always see Bam Adebayo put it on his Instagram. I follow him pretty heavy because, like, he's I'm trying to reach out to him too, to come to the guys. He's Nigerian, I'm Nigerian, right? His mom believes in education. She was running for like councilwoman at one point, I think councilwoman or judge, one of them. And but every game that they lose, you got hashtag bounce back, right? Like every game they lose, boom, bounce back. and end up winning it. And he's an all-star now. Like that's his mentality.
Right.
You feel me? That's his mentality. He's an all-star now. But bounce back. Yo, we had a bad game. Bounce back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, I'm gonna put that on something, man. I'm gonna get a bumper sticker, bounce back, something. You know, but it just to remind you, like, you may fall, you may lose, you may have a bad game. You know, something happened at home. You just, that was your fault. But it's always an opportunity to bounce back from it. You can make up for whatever mistake that you caused. You can always come back from it. There's never a time, and that's the scary part, Coach. When people think that they cannot, right, instead of doing the worst things, they continue being that person that they not really are.
Yeah.
They may even off themselves. That's what off. They feel like they cannot come back from that mistake. Right? And you can always, you might have to do the repercussions for it. Yes, absolutely. But you can always come back from any mistake. Any mistake.
That's true. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope we ain't talked to you too much, but we are excited to be back. We hope that you listen to this and make sure you share it with your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, and your cousin.
Everybody.
We want the whole fam, the whole hood to listen.
Bring the village, bring everybody. For the next show, I am talking like this, my Nigerian accent for whole Black History Month. You'll be hearing this the whole time. And you'll be hearing the villagers marching. So, okay? Michael Blackson and people like us, happy Black History Month. Later, and we love you. Bye-bye.